Hello and welcome to Capacity TV. I'm delighted to be joined today by Stefan Amon of Telekom Austria Group. Hello.
Hi.
Stefan, as Director of Wholesale at Telekom Austria, how do you see your global strategy developing?
At the moment, looking on the market, it's very, very interesting time. We thought that the whole data boost have already been, but looking to all the applications which are out there and all the apps and all the stuff which is developing, I think we are at a very, very interesting tipping point where infrastructure, connectivity as itself gets more important than ever.
Following that, obviously, to continue with all this development and growth and with everything getting smarter, how are you leading the way in sort of innovation?
Innovation is a gene which the telecommunication as itself has in it, and especially Telekom Austria Group drove that in the last years from a technological perspective, and it's really to find some sweet spots on the market. So we are launching a prepaid voice service, for example, because we had a look on the voice market and everybody say, okay, voice is going down and so on and so on. However, there are carriers out there who have needs, can be addressed from bigger carriers as we are, and there we found this prepaid model, for example. LTE is a completely new a new field where everybody is learning at the moment, and the technology is developing. So offering a DRA, offering LTE signaling services will be another thing, and being innovative is one of the most important things, because if you step still in this branch, you will die in that case.
No, very true. I think I read a statistic recently actually of I think there's 1% penetration of 4G or LTE services in Europe compared to something like 28% in places in Asia. So why do you think Europe's sort of behind at the moment in sort of LTE rollout or development?
I think the really problem is that we do not have an investment-friendly environment in Europe at the moment. So looking to all the regulation and the very, very expensive LTE licenses which we saw, especially we had now the situation in Austria, shareholders are asking us to earn this money back. And so we have to be very, very disciplined in spending capex, finding smarter strategies as in the past. I'm coming out of a time where discussing over a 3G rollout, there was no discussion. It was clear that we roll out 3G. At the moment with LTE deployment, everybody says, okay, I have this amount of capex. What is the best way to get a good quality and a good coverage? And where's the tipping point in between? And this is the same with fiber. This is the same with all the technologies which define the future of information. And I think that in that case, Asia is doing it in a completely different way. The United States are doing it in a different way, because it's not only the Asians who have more LTE penetration than we are. It's even in the United States it's better, and we in Europe really have to think how we can develop this in the future.
Moving on to sort of partnerships, I know there was a recent announcement and partnership with KPN.
Yeah.
So you know the joint footprint of this company, I mean, encompasses 35 different countries. You've got 173 different POPs. How will the customers benefit really from this?
This is an easy to answer question in that case, because as you said, these are 174 POPs. Before we had 43, and so we tripled more or less the amount of POPs in that case, putting geographical areas together where we were not really addressing customers in the same way, and we immediately find out that it's for both companies really a win-win situation, and if you see that, you really see that the teams are motivated to work on that, that there is no fear that somebody is going to lose anything. It's the other way around. They see possibilities, they see new markets out there, they see new customers they can address, which they couldn't address in the past. And there's a very, very positive spin from both sides on this topic.
With a new wider reach, what sort of services could we potentially see rolled out or span out from this partnership?
In the beginning now, it was most important to connect the networks in the best way and to make the products available in a seamless quality. So this was our first focus, and to have clear processes, to have transparent processes, to learn from each other who is responsible for what and in which ways we can do this. So this was now the focus since the ITW, and I think the team made a great job on that.
KPN partnership's not the only sort of success story for you this year. Perhaps you can talk to us about other developments that have happened over the last 12 months and key successes.
We reinvented our whole portfolio, so we were really looking in what we're having, what are really the future services. And I think we launched a few smart products like the SIM box detection. We reinvented a product which we had, put it on a different level, and we get very, very good feedback on the market. As I said before, LTE was one of the greatest focus, mainly driven by our retail. However, everybody will need this service in the future. Voice prepaid, I said before, we kept on developing our data products, increased our footprint, and we are now in the final phase of MEF 2.0 certification to get a clearer message to the market that we have a certified network, that we have a network on the highest quality standard. And as I said before, I really believe that we are in the starting phase of the data explosion. And so the basic quality for end customers and for wholesale customers will be more important as in the past.
Finally, Stefan, you mentioned fraud and the SIM box detection product. Fraud is obviously a big concern for many carriers, but not many carriers come out and talk about it. I mean, why have you guys invested more in sort of the fraud arena?
I mean, it was really driven by the countries around the European Union and the region where we are operating in. However, we looked to the whole world. We looked to Africa. We have now a really good connection to Latin America in that case. And it's unbelievable how much money are running through these grey rounds and how many fraud is out there. And it's still growing. So the feedback that we got from the last capacity in Latin America is that the fraud is exploding. And it's a topic where everybody is interested in, and as long as there are these huge separations in the MTR and FTR, there is a lot of room for that. And we as operator, I mean, for us it's an immediate EBITDA decrease. And in times where everybody's focusing on the EBITDA, every euro you can gain there for mainly doing nothing, using a tool and looking on that topic is a very, very, in that case, easy earned EBITDA.
Stefan, thanks very much for joining us today on Capacity TV.
Thank you very much.